Hey, let's look at how to build a wall with some natural rock. And it's a natural stone to Vancouver Island. I'm sure there's very similar stones across the world I've seen on Instagram and other areas. So I'm sure you can use something similar even if you're in a different location. The key is really picking nice rocks to work with. And if you saw my wall stone shaping video, just processing them up a little bit and getting a nice clean line to work off of will really make the difference here. And I'm setting them all in mortar. This will be a tight fit style, but not dry stack. It will actually be mortared together. I use backing, once again, like you saw in my stair video, to build up the back and help basically double the width of the wall and create a nice strong wall. So you can see I set a ABS tube in there for some drainage in behind the wall as well, usually every 3 feet. I'm just going to put 2 in this wall, even though it's pretty small, just to show you how it's done. And that's how I'm setting the stone. So I'm making sure that the backing and mortar is brought up enough that I can just lay a new layer of mortar and fit the next row of rocks on that. And my style is has some little chips and smaller pieces infilling here, so I'm going to do that as we go. And I'm just going to set a nice big sort of bookend piece here on the left. So we picked a nice square edge on it. And I'm just going to get one right up to height here, which is always kind of a cool look. Just got to tweak the height of the road base a little bit, making sure there's still lots of mortar underneath so it's setting in something. And I'm going to use some chunks of backing and some mortar in behind to keep it in place. Get right up to that string line. And here you can see sort of my backing. As I bring it up, I'm adding mortar, so nothing's sticking up back there. It's just a nice flat point in which the next row will go on. So nothing really in the way, just a nice clean spot to work on the next row. And the real challenge here is getting up to the string line height. So I'm just gonna find a rock that works to start with. I already set my 2 corners all the way up to height, so now I'm infilling the middle. So I just want to start somewhere and get a rock up to height here. Trying to make sure that I'm crossing any vertical seams as much as possible. So just kind of fitting it, getting it close, and then placing it in mortar and adjusting. Found another one that fit really nice right here. So ideally I'm fitting it on 2 sides, every single stone, so that it has a nice sort of meant to be there look. And just fine tune and get it to fit perfectly, and then mortar it in and back it up. And here we go, let's finish off our section. Just one piece at a time here. So, trial and error. And we want lots of different rocks to choose from. It's gonna make our life a lot easier. And just take it one piece at a time, making sure each is set really well. And right up to our string line height. So a pretty raw piece there, I'm just gonna shape it up. Shape it up first, just in case it breaks and I don't waste my time trying to fit it as much. I'm just trying to shape it first, and then I'll start to fit the edges after. So some fine tuning, and then I'm gonna lay my mortar bed down and actually get it to height, and then chip it up and tweak it so it's perfect. Then you can see just a couple smaller gaps to fill after this. So we're gonna find a few pieces. If not, I can break a couple bigger ones and try to get what I need. And just happen to find one that works. So the key, once again, is really like making sure that our backing is built up in behind the wall and it's all mortared together really well. That allows us to set these front pieces a little bit easier. And then we're just getting into some details here with some minor chips and infilling. If this was a jointed wall, we'd be setting a mortar bed in between each piece and then jointing it after. But this is my favorite sort of tight fit style, and it's a bit of fun. So just the last couple pieces. But you can really see that just having a string line really changes the end goal of the project. So you have something to work up to. It makes you exact within a quarter to half an inch instead of just kind of free floating a top line with a level or something like that. You can really get off course very quickly. So just some final little chips to fill in around our drain pipe there. And then I'm just gonna let it dry a little bit and scrape off any excess mortar. Double check any of my chips, make sure they're all in there nice. Quick sponge off, or you can wait and pressure wash. And there's our nice little finished wall section. Let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you soon.